Hey guys, what's up? My name's Natalie. Welcome back to my channel, Nat's Bookshelf. Or if you're new here, welcome. We talk about books a lot on this channel. So today I am going to be doing all of my favorite books from 2022. I really love this video and going through all these and just reminiscing on all of the best books that I have read this year. I do want to go ahead and put out a disclaimer because I am really behind on my BOOKMAS videos. But I'm gonna get caught up, and hopefully I'll be caught up by Christmas Day. That way on Christmas Day you're still getting that vlog the next day after Christmas of Christmas Day. But yeah, I am currently working on that right now. Food poisoning sucks. And yeah, I did a very Christmassy look. So if you see me do a few videos in this look, just know you're gonna see it. But alrighty, let's just go ahead and get into all of my favorite books. And I'm gonna be doing this from my least favorite to my favorite. Obviously, I loved all of these, but this is just the way, so my favorite can be last. Can you guys guess? Probably. So number 13 on this list is going to be Chasing Love by Kat Mason. Obviously, I should just go ahead and put the whole Dark Love series on this list because I read them all in like 3 days. And this is a second chance romance between Lex and Charlie, and it was everything. I also ended up reading the one about their daughter as well, which was pretty cool. Obviously, I flew through the series and I absolutely loved these characters and their story and their romance, and I will definitely be picking up more Kat Mason. Number 12 on this list is kind of surprising because it was a high school romance, but I really enjoyed this, and that was Punk 57 by Penelope Douglas. I flew through this book. Now, I'm not much on YA, and I would still characterize this as YA. It is smut, and they're both 18 or whatever and seniors in high school, but it was still strange that I liked this as much as I did. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I believe this was my first Penelope Douglas that I've ever read, and I definitely picked up more after this. Number 11 on my favorites list is There Are No Saints and There Is No Devil, the duet by Sophie Lark. Also, a surprising one that I love so much, considering it's a serial killer romance. Like, what the actual... It gave me some Dexter vibes, which I was really feeling. And quite interesting that it somehow still ended up on this list. And again, this is smut. I'm sorry, these last little bits are probably quite a bit of smut. That's the majority of what I have been reading this year, so you're gonna see a lot of that on here. Sorry guys. But in this duet we follow Mara and Cole. Cole is a serial killer. Mara is a girl that got abducted by another serial killer, and romance unfurls, and it is very good, and I very much enjoyed it. Number 10 on this list is also a series. Would you guess? And that is gonna be the Raven Hood series I believe this is by Kate Stewart, but I'm not 100% sure of that. I'll put them all right here, but in the series we follow the very twisting and confusing love triangle of Cecilia, Sean, Dominic, and Tobias. And it is insane, and it is very emotional, but I really enjoyed this series. Number 9 on this list, we are finally getting out of the smut era, and that is going to be The Pact by Jodi Picoult, or Jodi Picoult. I've heard it pronounced both ways. Let me know down in the comments if you know how to pronounce her last name. In this story, we follow a teen boy and his family who is accused of killing his girlfriend, and we follow her family in the aftermath and the trial and all of that. And this is super emotional, heavy trigger warnings for a lot. Go check them out. I will not list them because I don't know if I'll get them all, but definitely check the trigger warnings on this book. But it was super impactful, very, very well done. I cannot wait to pick up more Jodi Picoult after reading this. I'll try to get through number 8 quickly because y'all have already heard me rave about this book, and that is There by Tommy Orange. This book follows 12 indigenous peoples in modern day Oakland, and their stories all kind of intertwine with the big Oakland powwow, and it is super hard hitting and emotional, and I very much suggest that you go read this. I suggest that everybody reads this. And also, I will link my video of reading books by Indigenous authors for Indigenous Peoples Day down below, because that is where I vlogged myself reading this book, so you can hear more thoughts. Number 7 is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I kind of fell back into reading with this book. This was one of the first like non-smutty books that I picked up this year in the summer, and although it was a while after this that I ended up like really diving back into reading, this kind of kick-started it all. And in this book we follow a woman who has died, and she goes to the Midnight Library, and she gets to live all of her life if she had made different decisions. So she gets to live 100 however many different lives, and it'll show her whether she would have been happy or not, and it is so amazing. Another one that I highly recommend everybody read. There is some trigger warnings in this, so check that out. But it is so amazing, and I cannot recommend this enough. Number 6 on this list is kind of a non-fiction, and that is gonna be There Will Be Peace When You Are Done by Lynn S. Zuperness. And I actually had the pleasure of meeting her at the Supernatural Convention in DC in August, and she signed the book for me, which is amazing. Also, off topic, but I also got to meet Misha Collins dressed up as Castiel, which was dream. But I really enjoyed reading through this. This is a bunch of different casts and people intertwined with the TV show, and it's basically a bunch of thoughts and feelings on how they felt when the show ended or when they found out it was going to be ending, and it was absolutely beautiful. If you don't know, I'm quite obsessed with this TV show. So yes, I loved this, and I'll probably reread it after I rewatch the show yet again. I think I'm on my third rewatch now. All right, number 5 on this list is going to be another one I'm sure y'all have heard me talk about already, and that is Pet Sematary by Stephen King. I don't know how I made it to 32 without ever reading this book, watching the movie, or really knowing what this was about, but this book did so many things to me. I was sobbing for a good like 30 minutes at one point in this book, and then I was absolutely mortified at the end of it. And wow, does Stephen King know what he's doing? I really need to pick up more of his. I have read the first part of it, and I've read Desperation, but that was like a really, really long time ago when I was in high school, and I don't really remember that much about it. So I definitely need to pick up more because this was fucking crazy. All right, guys, number 4 of my favorite books of 2022 is, of course, gonna be House of Breath and Sky, or House of Sky and Breath. And damn it, there's a sticker on here. Do y'all think I can get it off without fucking up the thing? I really hate stickers on my books. I think everybody does. I don't know why publishers or stores, Target, talking to you, decide that that's a good idea, because it's not. But number 4 on this list is House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J. Maas. This was highly anticipated. I automatically went out and bought it and read it and listened to it, and it was so good. And the cliffhanger had me going crazy. And I'm not going to get into this because this is the second in the series, but it is in a very fantastical, modernized fantasy world, and it was amazing. You should check out Crescent City if you have not. Okay, number 3 on this list is actually 2. Technically 3. I've almost finished the third one in this book, but not quite. I really just need to restart it and re-listen to it. But that is gonna be ACOTAR series. Can you believe this is on here? Of course this is on here. I'm such a basic bitch, but it's fine. I loved this series. Thank you so much to my cousin Sabrina, who finally talked me into reading this series. I don't know why it took me so long. I thought I was going to be disappointed by the hype that's around this series, but I was not. I am in love with Feyre and Rysand and Cassian and all of them. Amren, I'm not going to remember them all right now, but this series was so good, and it is number 3 on this list, guys. Can you believe that? When did I turn into such a basic bitch? Alright, to nobody's shock, number 2 is going to be The Martian by Andy Weir. In this, we follow Mark Watney, who gets stranded on Mars, and it's just kind of has to figure out how to survive. And luckily, he's a botanist, I believe, and he gets it. Like, he's a scientist. He figures it out. It's not without trial and error. I still have yet to watch this movie. That is going to be a thing I do before this year is over. I'm going to watch this freaking movie because I want to so bad. This was absolutely amazing. Loved every second of it. Super surprised that I loved this as much as I did because it's a sci-fi and I didn't really expect to love it. I thought it'd be like, meh, okay. No, it was good. It was like amazing. Okay, guys, what is number one? What is my favorite book series of the entire year? Do we know? Do we know? It is going to be the Hades and Persephone series. I am obsessed. I love this series so much. I included both perspective books. I was so mad that the fourth one did not come out in November like it was supposed to. I need it with every fiber in my being. Like, I need this. This is obviously a romance between Hades and Persephone. It is a retelling, and it is set in modern day Athens, where gods are still a thing, but it's like, you know, modern times, and it is great. I am obsessed. And if you like smut and fantasy, I definitely suggest you check this out because I loved it. But this video is getting very long and I need to continue on with the rest of my videos. So I'm going to end this here. I really hoped you liked this video. Did you like any of these books? Did you dislike any of these books? What were your favorite books of the year? Let me know down in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that like button. See my lovely face all the time, and it really helps me out. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!